Lesson 2-7, a blast from the past. Two old but true math properties that you have heard of before and will be seen again. First, the commutative property. The commutative property is about as straightforward as it gets when you apply it to addition. It simply says A plus B is equal to B plus A. In other words, the sequence or the order that you add numbers together does not change the sum. It does not change the outcome. The associative property is similar in a way. But basically, the associative property says this. If you have a math expression where the only operation is adding, and part of that expression contains parentheses, well, we know from the order of operations that if there's something in parentheses, that means we do that step or that part of the solving first before we do the rest. The associative property says, look, if your math expression only has adding, you can put those parentheses wherever you want. No matter where they started, you can move them around however you like and group and regroup again, and it will not change the final sum or outcome. Let's see this in action. Number one, we have within the parentheses two decimals that are being added together, 2 and 4800ths plus 1 and 7500ths. And then outside the parentheses, we are being asked to then add 1 and 2500ths. Well, notice how this problem can be solved using mental math if you simply regroup. So instead of surrounding the parentheses, surrounding these two decimals with the parentheses, what if you rewrote it so that you surrounded these two decimals with the parentheses? 1 and 7500ths plus 1 and 2500ths. This is 3. It's like $1.75 plus $1.25 is $3. And now 2 and 4800ths plus 3, well, we can just add the ones column here with the ones column here to get an answer of 5 and 4800ths. Moving on to number 2. Again, notice how the way that it's presented, we're being asked to add these two fractions together first and then add this fraction. But if we simply do a regrouping or surrounding these two mixed numbers with the parentheses, noticing that they have the same denominator, 1 and 7/8 plus 1 and 1/8. Add my whole numbers first. 1 and 1 is 2. Add my fractions next. 7/8 plus 1/8 is 8/8 or a whole. So 1 and 1 is 2 plus 8/8 makes 3. Plus 1 and 4/5. Add my whole numbers together and tack on the fraction at the end, 4 and 4/5. Down here, 7900ths plus 8500ths inside the parentheses. What if we surrounded these two decimals with the parentheses and rewrote it as follows: 7900ths plus, open parentheses, 8500ths plus 1500ths, close parentheses. Can you do this step as mental math? It equals a whole. Get a final answer of 1 and 7900ths. Moving on. This is an addition problem where we are adding 5 very big numbers together. They're all large multiples of 10. But notice how grouping them can make the addition easier and possibly make it possible to solve something like this using mental math. We know that 40,000 and 60,000 can be added to make 100,000. 90,000 and 10,000 can also be added to make 100,000. So now we've got 100,000, another 100,000 or 200,000 plus this leftover 70,000. 200,000 plus 70,000 is 270,000. Again, could we have gone down and done 4 plus 9 is 13, 13 and 6 is 19, 19 and 7 is 26, 26 and 1 is 27? Yeah, we could have, and it checks out. This is just another conceptual way to see how grouping can sometimes make it easier. In this case, I'm not sure if grouping made it easier, to be honest, but in some of these other ones, I think it will. Looking at this next one, we've got this list of 5 decimals. And what we can notice here is if we pair this up with this, 3 and 7500ths plus 1 and 2500ths, this gets us 5. 1 and 6/10ths plus 2 and 4/10ths, this gets us 4. 5 and 4 get us 9. And then I've got this left over, 8200ths. So my total is 9 and 8200ths, isn't it? Number 6. I'm going to group the mixed numbers that have the same denominator together. 3 and 2/5 plus 1 and 3/5. Let's see, add my whole numbers first. 3 and 1 is 4. Then add my fractions. 2/5 plus 3/5 is 5/5. Well, 5/5 is a whole. 4 and 5/5 is 5. Down here, 2 and 4/9 plus 2 and 5/9. Add my whole numbers. 2 and 2 is 4. Add my fractions. 4/9 plus 5/9 is 9/9. 5. And now combine these. 5 and 5, of course, gets me a final answer of 10. Okay. Oh yeah. 5,000 plus 5,000. That's going to get me 10,000. 2,000 plus 8,000. That's also going to get me 10,000. This together is 20,000. Plus this leftover amount, 4,500. 20,000 plus 4,500. That's 24,500. Number 8. Can you see right away the pattern, how you're going to group these? 6 and 5/10 plus 3 and 5/10. That's going to get us 10. 2 and 3/10 plus 7 and 7/10. That's going to get us 10. We've got this extra left over. 10 and 10 is 20. 20 and 3 and 8/10 is 23. Oops, sorry for the blurriness. And 8/10. Looking at these. We're going to combine these 3 because they all have the same fractional amount. Let's add the whole numbers first. 1 and 1 and 1. It's 3. 5/11 plus 4/11. That's 9/11. Plus another 2/11. That's 11/11. 3 and 11/11 is 4. Add the 4 to this leftover amount. And you get 9 and 5/8.